Great to be catching up with Alan GREEFF ahead of racing on Friday and hearing a little bit more about the Halo Stables runners. First up in race 1, having her very first start, is the daughter of Gimme the Green Light, Walk on the Wild Side.
Yeah, nice filly Nadine. Unfortunately, she hasn't drawn well, and we've tried a couple of times, so we've had to go with the hand that we dealt. And, if she's not too green, she'll run a good race.
We move to race 2, where we will see One Wish. Now, she was a little bit disappointing last time out on her improved penultimate, but Alan, you did say that temperament is always a bit of an issue with her.
Yeah, she's a little bit quirky, and 2,000 metres we found maybe a little bit of a stretch for her, so we've brought her back to a mile, and hopefully she can repeat that run that she had over a mile.
A treble of runners for the yard in race 3 in the Guineas Plate. Here we will see My Best Shot step out alongside his stable companions Can't Say No and Coral Creek.
Yeah, My Best Shot didn't run a bad race, although disappointing for the yard. We thought he'd be a huge contender on the day, and he's giving weight away all round, but I think he's up to the task once again. Can't Say No. She always pops up unexpectedly when you think she's just not doing her thing, and then she comes back. Don't leave her out. Coral Creek, he's a little bit in the deep end of the swimming pool here, and we'll see how he goes. I think stepping him up to the mile is the test for him, and see if he can run on from there.
Another 3 runners as we move to race 4. Arabian Red really enjoys the mile trip. She'll be joined by La Pecanita. It's a pity about her draw because she's going to be much better suited up to the mile. And finally, Burn Bright, well, she'll be having her post-maiden run.
Yeah, Arabian Red, I know the computer form says she blows hot and cold, but cold is 3 lengths off the winner, so it's never too far off, and she's always really giving off her best. She's a little filly with a lot of weight, but I think she's right up to it. La Pecanita, holding form. She's having a run over the mile. Yeah, she's not drawn so well, but she always gives off her best. And then Burn Bright won a nice maiden over 2,000 metres, a little bit sharper, but no weight on her back.
Moving on to race 5, a double of runners. First Wish, she ran a decent 4th, again somewhat stronger in the fillies Guineas Plate last time out. She'll be joined by Eat, Pray, Love, and both these fillies will be trying 2,000 metres for the first time.
Yeah, both fillies have been looking for more ground, and I think it's time they've stepped up now. First Wish, not drawn so well, but I think she's crying for the ground, and she's really a horse that you must keep your eye on in this race despite the draw. I think she's a huge runner. Eat, Pray, Love, she's been there and thereabouts, showing that she wants to go a bit further, and also always been running on in the races.
Another horse that steps up and trip we'll see in action in race 6, and that's Heart Stealer. He's right up to 2,000. Alan, he did appear though to battle for pace in his last under Richard, I think it was 7 furlongs.
Yeah, definitely, although his major races, or most of his races in Cape Town, were over 1,400, we've decided to step him up to the 2,000 metres. He was only doing his best work late on both occasions of running here in the Eastern Cape, and I think the 2,000 should suit him.
We're in the box of Sharapova, and we'll see her in action in race 7. Now, she'll be making her local and poly debut, and Alan, the question really is 5 furlongs going to be sharp for her?
Most probably, Nadine. She's a nicely bred filly, and like her namesake, good-looking filly. So, but she's been on the farm for a little bit of a rest, and she's now having her first run after being out at Maritzfontein. Yeah. Spent the winter there and has come back. So I think she'll enjoy the sprint, and I think she should run a nice race.
In race 8, 3 runners. Mars Vigilante, well, he's done nothing wrong of recent. He's hoping to round up a hat-trick. He's in very solid form. Mo the Man will have his first run for the yard and his first run on Polly. And Travel Master, now he may be up in class, but don't underestimate him. He is in really steady and useful form against only slightly weaker.
Yeah, Mars Vigilante holding form, and seemed to enjoy the cheek pieces last time as well, and I think he's a huge runner once again. Mo the Man, like you said, having his first run on the Polly here, and I think with a nice draw, if all goes well, he can find the money. Then Travel Master, honest soldier, he hasn't carried this sort of weight of 53.5 in a dozen runs, really. He's always 58, 60, 60 and a half. So we've opted to go in slightly stronger field with a little bit less weight, and don't write him off. I agree with you.
And finally, the last of the day is race 9, and here we will see Legal Thriller. Now, you have to feel for him a bit last time out. He found himself way out of his ground from a bad draw. He had a mountain to climb. He ate up the ground late, final finishing time of 21.7, but Alan, it just wasn't enough.
No, if he repeats his last run, he's a winner. I don't know if you're brave enough to banker in the last race, but on his last run, you definitely couldn't write him off.
He certainly was very unlucky, and he really did fly late.